Hello and welcome back to Easy English Listening. I'm so happy that you are here with me today. My name is Jason, and this podcast is made to help you improve your English while learning something useful for your life. So, if you want to practice listening and speaking and also learn new ideas, you are in the right place. In today's episode, we are going to talk about a very important topic. The name of this episode is You Don't Need More Time. You need more focus. Yes, that's right. Many people think they are too busy. They often say, I don't have time, or I wish I had more hours in a day. But today, we will look at something different. We will learn that the real problem is not time. The real problem is focus. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever said, I want to study English, but I don't have time? Or maybe, I want to finish this book, but I'm too busy? Almost everyone has said something like this before. But maybe the problem is not that we don't have enough hours. Maybe the problem is that we are not using our time in the right way. Maybe we are not really focusing on what matters most. This topic is important for everyone, students, workers, parents, or anyone learning something new. All of us have the same 24 hours every day. That's true for you, for me, and even for very successful people. So, why do some people seem to do more, while others feel like they never have enough time? The answer is simple: focus. In this episode, I will talk about why we often feel like we don't have enough time, and I'll explain why time is not really the issue. Then we'll talk about the power of focus, what it means, why it's important, and how it helps us do more in less time. I'll also give you easy tips you can use in your daily life, especially when you study English or do other important things. And don't worry, I'll speak in simple, clear English so you can understand everything. So, if you want to stop feeling busy all the time, if you want to get more done in your day, and if you want to improve your English while learning something useful, stay with me until the end. This episode will help you understand something important. And more than that, it will help you take action. Are you ready? Let's begin. What most people think. Let's start with something we hear almost every day. People often say, I don't have time. It's a sentence we all know very well. Maybe you have said it too. I know I have. When life feels busy, it's easy to say, I don't have time. When we feel tired or when we have too many things to do, those words come out naturally. But let's stop and think. Is that really true? Think about your daily life. You wake up, maybe go to school or work, take care of your family, clean the house, check your phone, make food, and try to relax. At the end of the day, you feel tired. You might say to yourself, I wanted to study English today, but I didn't have time. Or, I wanted to read that book, but I was too busy. Sound familiar? You are not alone. Almost everyone feels this way sometimes. Let's look at a few examples. Imagine a student. They go to class, do homework, and maybe also have a part-time job. Their day feels full, so they say, I don't have time to study more English. Or think about a parent. They take care of children, cook, clean, help with homework, and do many other things. At the end of the day, they say, I don't have time for myself. And then, there are workers. Some people work 8 or 10 hours a day. They travel to work, answer emails, join meetings, and by the time they get home, they are exhausted. So they say, I don't have time to do anything else. We hear this everywhere, at school, at work, and at home. And over time, we start to believe it. We start to think that if we only had more time, everything would be better. We think, if I had 26 hours in a day instead of 24, I could do more. I could learn more. I could relax more. I could finally start that project or improve my English. But here's the truth. It's not about having more time. It's about how you use the time you already have. The secret is focus, learning to give your full attention to what really matters. You don't need more time. You need more focus. Part 2. This is a very common belief. Many people think that more time means more success. It seems like the only thing stopping them from doing what they want is the number of hours in a day. But let me ask you something. Is that really true? Do we really need more time? Or could it be that we already have enough time, but we are not using it well? This is an important question. Take a moment and think about your last 24 hours. Did you use your time in the best way you could? Or were there small things that wasted your time, like checking your phone again and again, watching random videos that didn't help you, or spending too much time thinking about what to do instead of actually doing it? Sometimes we don't even notice how our time disappears. We sit down to check just one message, and before we know it, 30 minutes have gone by. Or we plan to study English for 1 hour, but we stop every 10 minutes to check something, go to the kitchen, reply to a message, or just look at our phone. At the end of the hour, we say, "I studied for 1 hour." But in reality, we were focused for only 10 or 15 minutes. This happens to all of us. So maybe the real problem is not that we don't have time. Maybe the real problem is that we are not focused. We are often busy, but not always busy with the right things. We are doing something all the time, but we are not always moving forward. And that is the big difference between being busy and being productive. Here's something interesting to think about. Every person in the world has the same number of hours in a day. You, me, your teacher, a famous singer, a rich business person, even the president, all have 24 hours. No one gets extra time. No one gets less. So the question should not be, how can I get more time? The real question is, how can I use the time I already have in a better way? Now, imagine something. What would happen if you stopped saying, "I don't have time," and started asking, "How can I focus better?" How would your day change? How would your learning improve? How would your goals move forward? When we believe that time is the problem, we wait. We wait for free time to come. We wait for the weekend. We wait for the holidays. But when we understand that focus is the key, we stop waiting and we start doing. That is a big difference. And that's what we're going to talk about more in the next part of this episode. So take a moment now and think. Are you really out of time? Or is your mind just full of distractions? The truth, it's not about time. Now let's talk about the real truth. The truth is, time is not the real problem. Yes, life is busy. Yes, we all have many responsibilities. But the number of hours in your day is not what's stopping you from reaching your goals. The real issue is how you use your time, and even more importantly, how focused you are when you use it. Think about it. Everyone, no matter who they are, has the same 24 hours. You have 24 hours. I have 24 hours. A doctor, a student, a famous YouTuber, a rich business person, all have 24 hours in a day. Time is the one thing that is truly equal for everyone. No one has more and no one has less. But if we all have the same 24 hours, why do some people do so much while others feel stuck? Why do some people learn a language, start a business, stay healthy, and still have time to relax, while others feel tired, busy, and behind all the time? It's not about time. It's about how you use that time. And that all comes down to one simple thing: focus. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine two students. Both of them want to improve their English. The first student decides to study for 1 hour. But before studying, they turn off their phone. They find a quiet place, sit with a notebook, and give their full attention to studying. They read, listen, repeat, and take notes. They are completely focused for that 1 hour. The second student also studies for 1 hour. But during that time, they check their phone a few times, answer messages, and open YouTube in between lessons. They are studying, but not really focused. At the end, both students spent 1 hour. But the first student made real progress. while the second student barely learned anything. The difference? Focus. You don't need more time. You need more focus. Part 3. Let's go back to our two students. The first student listens to a podcast, repeats new words, and writes down notes. They are not perfect, but they are giving their full effort. For that 1 hour, they are 100% focused. They are not checking their phone or thinking about something else. They are calm and present. That 1 hour becomes a very powerful hour. They finish feeling proud and clear about what they learned. They know exactly what they practiced and what they can improve next time. Now, let's look at the second student. They say, I'm going to study for 3 hours. That sounds great, right? But let's see what really happens. They sit down with good energy, but their phone is next to them. Every 10 minutes, they stop to check a message or scroll on Instagram. Then they open YouTube and watch a few videos. They switch between apps, look at the clock, and start feeling bored. They tell themselves they are studying, but they are only truly focused for maybe 20 minutes total. After 3 hours, they feel tired, but not satisfied. They didn't learn much. They just spent time. So, who used their time better? The first student, who studied 1 focused hour, or the second student, who studied 3 distracted hours? The answer is clear, the first student. Because focus is more powerful than time. This is true not only for studying English, but in every part of life, in work, in health, and in relationships. When you give your full attention to something, even for a short time, you can do amazing things. But when your attention keeps jumping from one thing to another, even a long time won't help you. That's why it's so important to change how we think. We need to stop asking, how much time do I need? And start asking, how can I be more focused? That small change in thinking can make a big difference in your life. Because when you are focused, you don't need 5 hours. You can do great things in just 30 minutes or 1 hour. So next time you sit down to study or work, don't just look at the clock. Don't just say, I will do this for 2 hours. Ask yourself, can I be focused for this time? Can I give my full attention? That question is much more important than how many minutes you plan to spend. We often feel busy all day, but at the end of the day, we still feel like we didn't do much. That's because we were doing many things without focus. We were moving, but not moving forward. It's like running on a treadmill. You're running, but you're not going anywhere. When you add focus to your actions, you finally start moving forward in the right direction. So remember this, time doesn't create success. Focus creates success. You don't need more hours in your day. You just need to use your hours with more care, more attention, and more purpose. Why focus is more powerful? Now, let's go deeper and talk about why focus is more powerful than time. You already know that everyone has 24 hours in a day. But what makes the real difference is what you do with those hours. And that depends on one very important skill, focus. So what does the word focus really mean? Focus means giving your full attention to one thing at a time. When you are focused, your mind is clear. You are not thinking about other things. You are not jumping from one task to another. You are fully present. You are doing only one thing, and you are doing it with your full energy. That is what focus truly means. Let's compare 2 people, one who is focused and one who is distracted. The focused person starts their work and turns off everything else. They say, I'm going to write this report, or I'm going to study English for 30 minutes. And during that time, they don't look at their phone, they don't check messages, they don't open social media. Their mind is calm. They do the work, and then they rest. The distracted person, on the other hand, does something very different. They sit down to study, but they keep their phone open. They check messages. They scroll on TikTok. They reply to a friend. Then they go back to studying, then open YouTube, and so on. Their brain keeps jumping from one thing to another. They try to do many things at the same time, but in the end, they finish almost nothing. And they feel tired because their mind never truly rested. This is the big problem with multitasking. Multitasking means trying to do many things at once. Some people think multitasking is a good thing. They say, I can study and check my phone at the same time. But science tells us this is not true. When you multitask, your brain works harder. You lose focus. You make more mistakes. And you take more time to finish a task. So even if you feel busy, you are not really being productive. And one of the biggest reasons people are distracted today is because of phones and social media. Let's be honest, our phones are always with us. You don't need more time, you need more focus. Part 4. Let's be honest, our phones are always with us. They make sounds, they show notifications, and they make us curious. We want to see what's happening. We think, I'll just check one message. But that one small look at your phone can take away 10 or 15 minutes of your focus. That's how powerful distraction is. Think about it. How many times a day do you check your phone without a real reason? How many minutes do you lose scrolling through videos or posts that you don't even remember later? These small actions seem harmless, but they slowly take away your time. And even worse, they take away your focus. They break your attention, and when your attention is broken, it's very hard to come back. It's like trying to run again after stopping too many times. You lose your rhythm. Let me tell you a short story about a man named Tom. Tom wanted to start his own online business. For many months, he told everyone, I'm working on it. But the truth was, he wasn't making much progress. Every time he sat down to work, he would check his email, reply to messages, scroll through Instagram, and then try to work again. He spent 4 to 5 hours a day doing this. At the end of the day, he felt busy, but he didn't really get anything done. He was busy, not focused. Then one day, Tom decided to make a change. He gave himself one simple rule. No phone and no internet distractions for 90 minutes a day. Every morning, he worked for 90 minutes with full focus. No messages, no social media, no noise, just deep attention. After 1 week, he started to see progress. After 1 month, his website was finished. After 3 months, his business was running. What changed? Not time. He didn't add more hours to his day. He simply changed how he used his focus. He gave just one small part of his day to deep, focused work, and that small change made a big difference. This is why focus is more powerful than time. When you learn how to control your attention, you don't need long hours. You just need clear time, time that is free from noise, free from distraction, and full of energy. That's how real progress happens. So next time you sit down to study or work, remember this. Even 30 minutes of true focus is more valuable than 3 hours of distraction. Your time is important, but your focus is even more important. And the good news is, you can train your focus. You can get better at it, step by step. Simple ways to improve focus. Now that we understand how powerful focus is, let's talk about something practical. How to improve your focus in daily life. The good news is that you don't need special tools or big changes. You just need small, simple habits that help your mind stay clear, calm, and strong. I'll share 6 easy tips you can start using today. These will help you focus better, waste less time, and get more done, especially if you're learning English or working on a personal goal. Tip 1. Turn off notifications. This tip is simple but very powerful. Notifications are those small messages that pop up on your phone or computer. Text messages, social media updates, emails, reminders. Every time a notification appears, your brain gets distracted. Even if you don't open it, your attention is already broken. It's like someone tapping on your shoulder every 5 minutes while you're trying to read a book. So what can you do? Before you start studying or working, put your phone on silent, airplane mode, or do not disturb. Let your brain rest from the noise. You can always check your phone later after you finish your task. Tip 2. Use a timer, Pomodoro technique. Here's another great method. The Pomodoro technique. It's very simple but effective. You set a timer for 25 minutes, and during that time, you focus on only one task. When the timer ends, you take a 5-minute break. After 4 Pomodoros, that's 4 25-minute sessions, you take a longer break, maybe 15 to 30 minutes. This method helps your brain stay fresh. It's easier to focus for 25 minutes than to sit for 2 or 3 hours straight. And those short breaks help you recover your energy. You can use your phone's timer or try a website like tomatotimer.com to help you keep track. Simple ways to improve focus, Part 2. Let's continue with our simple and practical tips to build strong focus in your daily life. Tip 2. Try the Pomodoro technique. To try this technique, just tell yourself, I will focus for 25 minutes. That's it. You'll be surprised how much you can do in such a short time. Even one focused Pomodoro can feel more productive than hours of distracted work. Tip 3. Make a small to-do list. The third tip is to make a small to-do list before you begin your day. Many people feel lost or confused because they don't know what to do first. A to-do list helps you see your tasks clearly and gives you direction. But be careful, don't make a big list with 20 things. That can feel scary and overwhelming. Instead, write 3 to 5 small tasks you want to finish. For example, study English vocabulary for 20 minutes. Listen to a podcast. Review grammar notes. Keep it simple. When you finish each task, cross it off the list. That small action gives your brain a feeling of success and keeps you motivated for the next step. Tip 4. Take short breaks. Some people think focus means working nonstop for hours. But that's not true. Your brain needs rest to stay sharp. If you study or work for too long without a break, your mind will get tired and you'll start to lose focus. That's why the Pomodoro technique works so well. It includes short, healthy breaks. During your break, get up from your chair, stretch your body, drink some water, or take a short walk. Try not to use your phone or scroll through social media. That kind of break doesn't really rest your mind. Let your brain relax in a healthy way, and when you come back, you'll feel more energetic and ready to focus again. Tip 5. Work in a quiet place. Noise is one of the biggest reasons people lose focus. If the TV is on, people are talking, or music is playing loudly, your brain has to fight to concentrate. Try to find a calm, quiet space. If your home is noisy, you can go to a library or a quiet cafe. You can also use simple earplugs or noise-canceling headphones. Some people like to play soft background music without words. For example, classical music, piano music, or nature sounds. The goal is to create a peaceful space where your mind can stay calm and focused. Tip 6. Focus on one thing at a time. This last tip is maybe the most important one. Do one thing at a time. Many people try to do too many things at once. They say, I'll study and reply to messages, or I'll listen to English and check my email. But the truth is, the human brain is not good at multitasking. Every time you switch between tasks, you lose time and energy. So choose one thing, just one, and give it your full attention. If you're listening to this podcast to practice your English, don't also scroll through Instagram. Just listen, repeat, and enjoy the moment. Your brain will thank you for it. Let me share a short example. There was a girl named Sarah who wanted to improve her English speaking, but she always felt busy and distracted. One day, she decided to use these focus tips. She turned off her phone, made a small to-do list, used the Pomodoro timer, and studied in a quiet room. After just 1 week, she felt more confident and more relaxed. She wasn't studying more hours. She was just studying with more focus. That small change made a big difference. So now you have 6 simple tips to build strong focus. Turn off notifications. Use a timer, like the Pomodoro technique. Make a small to-do list. Take short breaks. Work in a quiet place. Focus on one thing at a time. These steps are easy to understand and easy to use. You don't need to change your whole life. Just start with 1 or 2 of these habits today. Try them when you study English. Try them at work. Try them in your daily routine. You'll be surprised at how much calmer, clearer, and more successful you feel when your mind is focused. Common mistakes people make when trying to focus. Now that we've learned how to improve focus, it's also important to understand some of the common mistakes people make. These mistakes are very normal. Many people don't even realize they're doing them. But these small habits can make a big difference. If you know what the mistakes are, you can notice them early and fix them quickly. So, let's talk about a few of these common focus mistakes and how you can avoid them. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to do many things at the same time. This is called multitasking. Maybe you've done this before. Final message: you don't need more time. You need more focus. We're now at the end of this episode, and I want to leave you with one simple idea. Something I hope you will remember for a long time. That message is this: you don't need more time. You need more focus. Yes, we all feel busy. Yes, life can be full and fast. But the real secret to success, to learning, and to personal growth is not about having more hours. It's about using the time you already have with more care, more energy, and more attention. Just like we talked about, focus is the key. Focus turns a short study session into a powerful one. Focus turns small steps into real progress. Focus is what helps you move forward, even when your time is limited. Now, I want to encourage you to do something simple. Don't try to change everything at once. You don't need to be perfect. Just choose one small tip from this episode and try it today. Maybe you can turn off your phone for 30 minutes. Maybe you can use a timer, like the Pomodoro technique. Maybe you can write a short to-do list before your day begins. Start small, but start today. Because when you take one small step with focus, you build momentum, and soon you'll start to see real change. Not because you worked longer, but because you worked with purpose. So remember this: time doesn't create success. Focus does. Use your time with care, with attention, and with love, and you'll be amazed at how much you can achieve in the same 24 hours you already have. Thank you so much for listening to Easy English Listening. I hope today's episode helps you not only improve your English, but also improve the way you use your time. Take care, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next episode. Final segment, closing message. Whatever you choose, make it small and easy. Start with that. That one small action will help your brain feel more focused. And when you do it again tomorrow, it will start to become a new habit. Learning to focus is like learning a new skill. You won't be perfect on the first day. You will still get distracted sometimes, and that's okay. Be kind to yourself. Every time you notice your mind losing focus and bring it back to the task, you are training your brain. That's how focus grows, one step at a time. Day by day, your mind becomes stronger, and your results become better. Remember, you are not lazy. You are not bad at time management. You just need a bit more clarity, a bit more direction, and a little less noise around you. And the fact that you're listening to this podcast already shows something great. You care. You want to improve. You're taking action to grow. That's something to be proud of. So don't wait for a perfect time to begin. There is no perfect time. There is only now. Use the time you have today, even if it's just 20 minutes, and give it your full attention. You'll be amazed at what can happen when your mind is clear and your focus is strong. Thank you so much for joining me today on Easy English Listening. I'm really happy that you spent this time with me. I hope this episode helped you understand something important, not just about time and focus, but also about yourself and your power to grow. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to listen again, repeat the phrases, and practice your speaking. That's how you improve your English and your life at the same time. And if you try one of the focus tips, let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear your progress. Until next time, stay focused, stay calm, and keep learning. You don't need more time. You need more focus. And you can do it. Thanks again. And see you in the next episode of Easy English Listening.